Om, Om, Om. Narayana. Welcome you all, respected Shruta Sadhakas. Gratitudes and congratulations, and also the wishes and prayers that this very good buddhi of ours to be regular in our Upanishad Shravana Dhyayana at all costs, continues till our heart is filled with the jnanam, the jignasa, the sadhana as well as siddhi. The Vyaktitvas we are aiming at to strengthen Loka Sevaka, Dharmasthabaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, Samskrita Bhasha Jnatrutva, and also the Mananakarta, the Chintanakarta, the Guru Sevaka, and the Guru Upasaka. Who is there to help us are our Shastras, our Gurus, the Devata Ganas, the Shakti Swarupani Mother, all the our Ishvara, Ishtadevata, and then Sakshat Parabrahma Tattva himself. Friends, in this effort of meditative voice, today we'll do our 5 things as every day. The Vedic chanting of the Shanti mantra with the meaning in the mind as clearly, as deeply, as concentratedly as possible, followed by the common sense thought, followed by the Sankalpa Prarthanas, then a little chanting of Upanishad mantras to be familiar, and also, last but not the least, the most important, study of the Upanishad itself. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. One second. The beautiful mantra. Today, last day, from tomorrow, another mantra will be taking up. So, start. In fact, we found yesterday that this is the Shanti mantra, not only of Kena Upanishad, but also of Chandogya Upanishad. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaha Chakshuh Shrotram Atho Balam Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastu अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणः चक्षुः श्रोत्रम् अथो बलम् इन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरते ये उपनिषत्सु धर्माः ते मयि सन्तो ते मयि सन्तो ॐ शान्तिः 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 Friends, in today's common sense thought, only a few things very shortly and quickly, that how much alert we have become about outer world and have understood what is in our control, what is not in our control, and what is in our control, how best we can contribute. What is not in our control, how best we accept it and protect ourselves. Our awareness level should grow in this regard. And accordingly, we express, we save ourselves. Narayana, we help the world if required. If not, at least we will not cause any harm to the world because the world is so big, so powerful. Any harm we do to the world, even unknowingly, we are not spared. So when we knowingly do it, then we'll definitely have very powerful negative effect of that in our life. So by any means, for any reason, our thoughts, words and deeds should not be of the nature of harming the outer world of things, beings, nature, etc. Be very strict with ourselves. As we become spiritual seekers more and more, we have to be more sensitive about these things and protect ourselves. Otherwise, all the spirituality that is gained or done becomes wasted. है ना? जैसा कोई भी बंदा सोसाइटी में जितना फेमस होता है उतना उसको केयरफुल रहना पड़ेगा. Otherwise, the blemish will be intolerable. If something goes wrong, if the world starts criticizing, insulting, humiliating, the pain is unbearable. Similar to this, the spiritual heights which we slowly reach, get compromised because of these type of wrong things done for the world. That is how we have to be very sensitive, very careful. More than what help I am doing to the world, what is the harm I am not doing to the world. How much I am careful in not causing any damage to the world. Right? First thing, Narayana. Second is how much of, very careful, how much of the negativities, worldly wise negativities, spiritual wise negativities, if at all they are there in us, we are able to recognize them and reject them. Recognize them and remove them is a very big, very important thing in a human being's evolutionary ladder. Spiritually and worldly wise, जो भी दुर्गुण है, negative habits, negative values, negative traits, so many we carry unknowingly because our intellects are not so sharp always to scrutinize everything. Neither we had so far the inner data about spirituality, nor we had the habit of thinking about the consequence of anything. बस करते जाते हैं हम out of the influence of the emotions, etc. Therefore, some negative habits, negative values get accumulated, stationed in us of various types. The Kama Krodhadi Vikaras, they are called technically. The hard work that is to be done in Adhyatmikata is to eliminate these weeds, to eliminate these poisonous seeds. You know, to what extent we have succeeded in it, consciously eliminating is the real celebration. Out of 100 durgunas, even 2 or 3, if you have recognized, rectified, or removed, that can be a celebration because they are tough for some of us. Some durgunas, starting from the birth, congenital, they never go away only. Throughout life, रह जाते. We get suffered because of us so many losses. Yet, to remove them, the different guts are required, willpower is required, discipline is required, and sacrifices are required. So they are all great achievements. If at all we are able to remove, therefore, some of those negative traits or qualities, is a good achievement, and we have to do. That's the struggle in life, spiritual struggle for evolution. देख लो क्या है हमारे अंदर, है ना. Equally beautiful is the second aspect that for the worldly safe life and to help us spiritually also, some positive values, positive lakshanas are required. Krishna, Vasudeva, they also won't come easily. For that also, a lot of effort, sacrifice has to be done. And those positive things should become one with our nature. That much hand practice of them we have to do. Are we able to recognize it and do it? है ना? What are the positives? Again, that are given in Gita, etc. Shastras, mainly as the lakshanas of the great people. You know, the Sthita Pragna lakshanas, the Bhakta lakshanas, the Jnana Sadhana lakshanas, the Daiviya Sampada, are so beautifully enumerated. In every Shastra we study, the first important stress is given on these two only key. We have sufficiently eliminated the negative, sufficiently inculcated positive. After this teaching and training and learning only, that the subsequent spiritual things are taught. If any of the text or any of Mahatma's satsang or in any of the interaction with the gurus, if they are directly dealing with the spiritual subject matter, that means that they take it for granted that we have eliminated the negative in us and we are full of positive qualities. If a book of 500 pages you studied, if nowhere it is mentioned about removing the negative qualities and obtaining the positive qualities, don't take it as authority कि इस book में तो ये बोला ही नहीं ना. That book itself thinks that the author, those who have already come to this book, have already eliminated negative and they are full of positive. उनको ही address कर रहे हो, इसलिए वो qualification specifically mention नहीं करते. All in all, they are compulsory, and no time of our life as a spiritual seeker can neglect this aspect of inculcating this Adveshta Sarvabhutana Maitra Karnayevacha और प्रजहातेदा कामान सर्वान पार्थ मनोगदान गीता और अमानित्वम अदम्भित्वम अहिंसा क्षांतिराजवम और अभयम सत्व संशुद्धि ज्ञान योग व्यवस्थिति. These have to come into us. It's a necessary duty of us to inculcate those positive things. At the same time, Dambo, Darpo, Abhimanascha, Krodha, Parushyameva, these durgunas have to go away. Positive sadgunas give us positive energy and make the whole world of gurus, devatas, rishis, and other fellow beings conducive to us, convenient to us, cordial to us, kind to us, loving to us. Just like all the negative things will take away our sapidity, our energies, as well as they invoke the curse from the world, the disliking from the world, the hatred from the world, which is so detrimental. We are in this world continuously influenced. When we were absolutely worldly, samsari, we were negligent, chelta rehta hai. But then once we walk on spiritual path, come here, we have to be very sensitive and sensible about all these matters. You cannot avoid. In fact, in all Shastras we see the Guru telling the disciple कि ये तुम्हारे पास सद्गुण है तो तुमको जल्दी साधना होगा, परमात्मा मिल जाते है ना. श्रद्धा भक्ति ध्यान योगाद वही, in that Kaivalya Upanishad. So to even Mundaka Upanishad, nahi, Prashna Upanishad also. है ना. पुनः ये भूय एव तपसा ब्रह्मचर्येण श्रद्धया संवत्सरम संवत्स्यथ. Bhagavad Gita में बार बार, all other shastras. So this is what is our first thought today. How much we are willingly, consciously working on our inner personality to remove the obstructing negativities and replacing them or inculcating the positive things. Consciously, how much we are bent upon. ये करना पड़ता है, ये अपने आप नहीं होता है, ये जरूरी है, इसको हम नेग्लेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. First point. Then the second one is equally true is how much of the samsara from our thoughts, from our actions, from our lives, we are able to reduce day by day. Samsara is anything which is other than Paramatma. All that is samsara, which is so filled in our bosom, filled in our attitudes, filled in our activities, filled in our thinking. है ना? हम हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ करना ही चाहते हैं. परमात्मा को छोड़कर और कर, है ना? Leaving Paramatma towards something else, all the time we are interested in doing something or the other. Hmm. So, this is again and again we have to be observing, and whether we do the prayers, whether we take the instructions from our Guru, whether we ourselves intellectually understand and get convinced, whatever works we have to work, use them. What? To see that the samsaritva from us slowly getting reduced. There's no way. Yeah. At least to begin with, the most unwanted things that are there, कम से कम उसको तो कम करते जाए. That's how we conserve our energies. We save our times. We mainly keep our mind available for the grace of the Lord, for the grace of Guru, for the purpose of Adhyatmikata. So, it's anything in spirituality, doesn't happen by itself. Everything we have to do, and everything we have to do consciously, continuously. It's a lifelong process. As we have said just now, the negativities won't go by themselves. We have to send them out. Positivities won't come by themselves. We have to consciously inculcate them. So too, the samsara doesn't go itself by itself. है ना? क्यों पढ़िए उसको, क्यों जाना चाहते हो? When it is entertaining us, when we are entertained by it, उसको मौजा है ना? अब उसको कोई फायदा नहीं है when we are giving up the samsara. है ना? क्यों कोई अपना कस्टमर को छोड़ना चाहता है ना? So we are the customers to the world. He doesn't want to part with us. So nobody will do anything for us to come out of samsara except the Guru. He will guide us also. All others, for whatever reason, they pull us into samsara only. So again, it is our conscious, choiceful effort that we have to reduce. I to believe for this one of the purposes only, maybe the Lord gives the old age and sees to it that our faculties are becoming weakened. Maybe, I don't know if that helps, we can understand that way. कि अब बोझ हो गया आपका बाहर का संसार को कम करो. But unfortunately, the science is creating so many abilities, amenities, facilities that even though we are becoming old, with those scientific gadgets or instruments, we still continue to be samsari only. है ना? मतलब जब आंख थोड़ा दिखना कम हो रहा है, इसका अर्थ क्या है? Stop seeing the outer world, na? Enough of it, reduce it. But what do? Wonderful glasses, contact lenses. We bring and we continue. What it shows up बहुत ज्यादा. But what do? 10 लाख का कोई खरीद लेते हैं, फिर कान में लगा के again we listen the worldly things. That we have to be careful. That samsarata from us is getting reduced by our choice, not by the compelling of the world. है ना? A simple thing, it may hurt us, but still listen is, before the son says, Beta, Papa, tum chup raho, we should be able to chup raho. Mama, you don't tell me. Before the daughter says, the mother should be able to withdraw from saying. That is the meaning of coming out of samsara, isn't it? In life, how many times we get insulted by involving in unwanted things. सोचना पड़ता है सारा कॉन्शियसली. स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज नॉट निद्रा, नो, ये तो निद्रा से जागृत है. तो जागृत शुरू से रहना पड़ता हर एक चीज के लिए. वी हैव टू बी अवेकन टू every aspect is spirituality. So one of is this one. The samsaritva in us has to get reduced. It can be about your money related matters, property related matters, people related matters, outer activities related matters, entertainment related matters, whatever they are. We have gone through all, no? So slowly we have to reduce the speed of that, reduce that intensity of that, quieten our minds with regard to those things. Throughout life for anyone, whatever is compulsory and necessary for survival and sadhana, that anyway cannot be avoided. That goes without saying. चलता ही. अब you can't suddenly leave everything and go to a jungle. घर में ही रहो, अपने लोगों के साथ रहो, but strike the balance in that way. This is what is the third thing today. Then obviously the fourth one is the opposite of it, the positive one of it. If how much of the samsara getting reduced from our life consciously is the third point. The fourth one is how much of the required adhyatmic sadhanas we are able to consciously take up and do it on everyday basis. आज को मन में रखो बस. Yesterday and tomorrow are not in our hands. The dead past, the unborn future, उसको छोड़ो. Today's day, spiritual related things, how many I have done, how deeply I have done, how perfectly I have done. कितने ज्यादा मैंने साधनाएं की, कितना गंभीरता से किया है, और कितना जो है अच्छी तरह से किया है. गंभीरता में इन्वॉल्विंगली, like I am doing this class now. How much involvingly, deeply I am doing it. Then how much perfectly I am doing it. And such things, how many I am able to do throughout the day. Now this calls for, that time, that energy, that interest, that liking. We have the time, energy, interest, liking given by the Lord only for this purpose. Not knowing it, we are misplacing these most precious things in the undeserving, unwanted channel. That's what delusion. That's what ignorance. That's what the spiritual sin. And the result of the spiritual sin is we are denied of the spiritual knowledge, spiritual sadhana, spiritual evolution. It may not be sin from the worldly standpoint, क्योंकि दुनियादारी तो चलता है उसी से. But spiritually it is a sin. So देख लीजिए कितने सारे हम साधनाएं कितने गंभीरता से डेली बेसिस पे परफेक्टली कर रहे हैं. That's the beautiful celebration for that day. And again tomorrow comes. Today only we plan. Like every bhogi also plans for tomorrow, a yogi also can plan for tomorrow before he sleeps. Because if the positive thought conscious stronger is not there, either we become lazy or we allow the negative to attack us. Negative to possess us. Then पता ही नहीं चलता कि हम निद्रा में है या नेगेटिव कर रहे हैं. फिर वो आदत हो जाता है. फिर छूटना मुश्किल होता है. That's why from the first thought we are sharing today, the need of being conscious, being alert. There is no alternative for this. In this way, day by day, we have to become weaker and weaker regarding our samsara. We have to become stronger and stronger regarding spiritual. Weaker means less involved. आध्यात्मिक स्ट्रेंथ को, आध्यात्मिक स्टैमिना को, आध्यात्मिक पावर को हमें बढ़ाना है. The Shastra Adhyanam gives that power of knowledge. The upasanas give the power of that Shraddha, etc. The yoga sadhana gives the power of conserving energies by controlling the mind and its vrittis and pravrittis. The karma yoga empowers us, gives us the power of commanding the world because we are not a slave to the world, nor we are depending on the world, nor we are escaping from our duties. So we can keep the world at a distance if we are able to do karma yoga properly. This is how the strengths come to us. We have to keep on invoking those adhyatmika shaktis. है ना? ज्ञान शक्ति, upasana shakti, yoga shakti, shakti gained out of positive values, shakti gained because we are doing our duties properly to the world. They are all the divya shaktis. They are all the investments which we need to do for the deeper spiritual evolution. तो उस पे भी हमें दृष्टि रखनी चाहिए. So these are the 4 or 5 things today we try to ponder over and see how best we can do. And then no need to compare with others. If at all, you can get inspired from others. And then be relentless. That's it. Aim at maximum, try maximum. हुआ तो अच्छा हुआ, नहीं हुआ तो never mind. We tried. है ना? To succeed or not succeed, thousand reasons are there. But to put effort or not, only one reason, it is our choice. है ना? Therefore, choicefully putting the effort, on that we focus. Sometimes it may give result, sometimes it may not. Doesn't matter. Because it depends on many other factors. लेकिन मेहनत तो किया हमने. No, that's the joy. Like today, I am doing this mehnat of doing class with you. How much succeeded or not, it depends on so many other abilities, faculties, that day's mood. है उन सबको भी ठीक करना है, there's no doubt. But the fact that this effort is done itself is a good thing. मेहनत नहीं करने से बड़ा पाप नहीं है और मेहनत करने से बड़ा पुण्य नहीं है. You know, generally we have to entertain this thought. So keep on that, isn't it? And all other aspects of sometimes being kind to ourselves, being ruthless with ourselves, being more disciplined with ourselves, being giving punishment to ourselves, all these whichever work we have to use. ये पूरा फिर वो इतना बताया भाई. So many things are there that way. You have to keep on. All in all, Vedanta or Adhyatmikata means focusing on my own self fully for on my getting out of binding samsara, for me to get into the liberating Adhyatmikata. ये है पूरा ह्यूमन बीइंग के रूप में वी हैव टू डू, स्पेशली आफ्टर फिनिशिंग द वर्ल्डली ड्यूटीज रेस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज. एटलीस्ट जब बहुत बिजी रहते थे उस समय समय नहीं मिलता. वी ऑल अंडरस्टैंड कि पीपल हु आर इन गृहस्थ आश्रम with so many responsibilities, how much time it consumes, energy it takes away. We know that no guru or acharya is not aware of the plight the grahastha goes through in fulfilling the responsibilities, in taking the care of society, serving the society. That's why all the three brahmachari, vanaprasthi, sannyasi have to specially respect the grahastha for he is supporting all these three. We know that how much you do. Therefore, at that time we cannot be forcing. But once that age of 55, 58, 60 comes where children are settled and all, there we cannot give any excuses not to be spiritual. Keep on adding, single pointedly, relentlessly. I think that alone will help us. And any day we became inadvertent, careless, indisciplined, that day we have wasted. होता है वो शुरू में, बस उसको कम करते जाना है ना. In a day also in a week also, in a month also. The wasted time should get reduced. The used time should keep increasing. That should be our effort. And then it calls for taking many other cares. Many, many. Right from the food onwards, the thoughts we entertain onwards, the people whom we entertain, the places we go, the activities we undertake, the indulgences we involve in, ये सारे मिलकर डिसाइड करते हैं हमारे संसार या साधना को. तो कोई भी चीजों को हमें केयरलेस नहीं रखना, क्या नहीं करना. ऑल हैज टू बी माइंडेड. है ना, ये सुनकर डरो भी मत. वो कैपेसिटी अंदर है, याद रखो. दैट इज नॉट बीइंग इन्वोक्ड. Otherwise, nobody should be like that in that position. But you see, so many great Mahatmas, though they are also human beings, if they are able to do, means everybody can do. We also rely on Lord, rely on Guru, do prayers to them through Upasana, and invoke their grace along with our own effort. Definitely, these all things will keep happening. May the divinity bless us, right? ॐ ॐ ॐ ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः. ओम यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्. ओम शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ओम निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शनलालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम्. ओम ब्रह्मानंदं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां कृपया उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगत्यर्थं सनातनधर्मसंस्थापकानां निरन्तरदिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् समस्तमन्दिराणां पुनर्वाप्ति तेषु निरन्तर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापनादीनां द्वारा सनातन धर्म से वैदिक हिंदू संस्कृते हैं बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनार्थं विश्व मोक्ष धर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणार्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृ देश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्ति आदीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये कृष्णयजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्. ओम सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांति. अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः. Chant the 10, 11, 12 समेषु चौ शर्करावह्निवालुकौ विवर्जिते शब्दजलाश्रयादिभिः मनोनुकूलेन तु चक्षुपीडने गुहानिवाताश्रयणे प्रयोजयेत् निहारधूमार्कानिलानलानां खद्योत विद्युत् स्फटिकशशीनाम् एतानि रूपाणि पुरःसराणि ब्रह्मणि अभिव्यक्तिकराणि योगे पृथ्व्यप्तेजो निलखे समुत्थिते पञ्चात्मके योगगुणे प्रवृत्ते न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्युः प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमयं शरीरम्. Friends, we are doing this study of the eighth mantra. Chant it. Om Tirunnatam Stapya Samam Shariram Hrudindriyani Manasa Sanniveshya Brahmodupena Pratareta Vidwan Shrotamsi Sarvani Bhayavahani. In a short form, the sadhana is told. In each of the sadhana, the unsaid related things have to be added. It should be included. So let us start from the Bhashya, with Bhashya. Trirunnatam iti. Trini uro griva shiramsi unnatani yasmin sharire tat trirunnatam samstapyate samam sharira. So that is a goal. And it is achieved one day when it is done every day for many days. Here we are talking about the asana siddhi. And when it is said asana siddhi, yama niyama are already set without saying. Because without the yama, our contribution to the world positively, niyama, our self aspect, accepted self discipline, we cannot be sitting stably at one place. Mind won't allow us to sit. You know, माइंड बॉडी को निद्रा में ले जाती है, काम में लगाती है, एक जगह बैठकर अपने को अटैक करने नहीं देती, बिठाकर और बैठने देकर. So if somebody is able to sit in his asana siddhi, it is only if the yama niyama sadhanas are done. So that is unsaid, so you have to add it. Second is, when it is said we have to have the asana siddhi, as we just now said, it's a many days practice. Certainly एक दिन बैठकर 3 घंटे कोशिश किया जबरदस्ती, then the whole body started heavily paining because you have done it forcefully without practice one day, then we suffer only. That is not the way. Every day 5-10 minutes 2 या 3 दफा बैठते बैठते, maybe in a year's time we'll be able to get that asana siddhi. है ना? Trirunnatam stapya samam shariram. Third thing, the unsaid one is about the chest, griva and the neck. These three are told. Chest, neck and the head. What about the below portion? That goes without saying. That you are able to find your own comfortable position, whether on the ground or in the chair, depending on your age and health issues. The unsaid thing we have to catch here. From Trirunatam Stapya Samam Sharir. So fourth is what? Ki if we have not got the control or bhojana, if you have not done some of the exercises, then the whole body becomes so liability and stiff that it won't again be convenient for sadhana. Therefore, that food related discipline, exercises related discipline also is taken up without saying here. And these are not said. वो कहते हैं बस you should be able to sit in this straight position of body, neck and head in perpendicular form. अब कैसे करोगे तुम्हारा मन? You have to achieve this. That's the meaning of Shruti Mata. So these are all things we have to add it. Only when all of them are done, then it will happen. And the reason is when the body is straight and erect, the energies flow properly. Physiological functions also happen properly because the body is balanced correctly, not tilted anywhere. So a one side of pain after some time, ये चीजें नहीं होते. So because of so many benefits, necessary requirements, we are told to find this position for spirituality. Now, देखो शास्त्र ideal बताएगा. Anybody tells first ideal. Then again, depending on our abilities, capacities, qualifications, the alternative, the compromises continue. है ना? Because the higher sadhanas are important. अब इसी में अटकना नहीं कि I am not able to sit straight, so no, I cannot meditate and all. I cannot come to the class because I can't sit straight. अरे what a silly reason. टेढ़ा भी बैठो बस सोना मत क्लास में. बट क्लास में आना भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. नो दिस फिजियोलॉजिकल imbalances because of प्रारब्ध. अब क्या करें? You set it right, if not this life, next life. But the other things you can't postpone because this I am not able to do. थोड़ा वो वाला दिमाग थोड़ा चलते रहना चाहिए. त्रिरुन्नतम स्थाप्य हो गया समम शरीरम. दैट इज एक्सप्लेन. तो स्क्वाटेड प्रॉपरली ग्राउंड में बैठे हैं एंड देन बॉडी अप टू द chest level, the stomach aspect also well managed, well balanced. Then the chest, neck, head all are kept in one line. So that स्थिरम सुखम आसनम जैसा कहा योग दर्शन में अच्छा आसन सिद्धि हमको मिलना चाहिए. That's why आध्यात्मिकता इज त्याग ऑफ द भोग. भोग त्याग नहीं कर सकते. The effect of bhoga first is always on the body. And the spiritual sadhana starts from the controlling body only, going beyond the body identity only. मुश्किल होता है if we don't go above the sharir. We have to mind it. There's no way. First line we have seen. Trirunatam stapya samam shariram. No, second one. Hrudi indriyani manasa sam niveshya. What is Bhashyakara saying? Hrudi means hruday mein. Indriyani. What are the indriyani? Manaha, chakshuhu, adini. Mind and chakshu adi. 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas. Adi means etc. All of them. All the 10 of them plus 1. Mana, manasa. Samniveshya. Hrudi indriyani manasa samniveshya. Samyak niyamya. So, into the hrudaya only, the 10 indriyas and mind stay there. It should not, the indriya should not go out of the hridaya to embrace the outer world. That is the idea. At least for that meditational hour. Indriyani manasa sanniveshya. Hridi. What is the meaning there? Meaning is what? In the hridaya only aham is there, me. In the hridaya only the vasanas are there. In the hridaya only the vasanas express as sankalpa. And in the hridaya only the sankalpas become kamana. Once the vasana, sankalpa, kamana formed in hridaya, to fulfill that kamana from the hridaya, like the birds early morning from the tree, the mind and sense organs jump into the outer world. Again, now imagine if the vasanas are there, but when they are expressing as sankalpa, if we can thwart them there itself and do not allow them to become as a kamana with the idea, thought that I am a spiritual seeker. I have to discover the real self seated in the heart. I am not a samsari. But because of my earlier habit or vasana, this kamana might have come, but I am not going to fulfill it. Or at least now for the timing when I am in my sadhana kala, I am not going to involve. इस तरह से हृदय को समझाते हुए ज्ञान से वो वाला संकल्प कामना को वहीं न्यूट्रलाइज करना है, so that indriyas and mana do not go outside. They are there in the hridaya only. Imagine what is the state of that person's heart. Ki outer shabda sparsha prasagandha or mind's sankalpas of all these things are not there. That is called as hrudi indriyani manasa sanniveshya achievement. हृदय में ही इंद्रिय और मन रह जाना है, बाहर नहीं जाना, बिकॉज बाहर का इज नॉट आवर गोल. So that alertness, okay, desire is coming, and the feeling to fulfill it there. And for that, the senses have to become active, and the active senses have to become extroverted to embrace the outer world. So I am not here seated for sadhana for all these things. The manasa means buddhya also. Manasa means manasa also. Buddhya means with intellectual understanding, as we are discussing now. Manasa means our own feelings, emotions, sentiments. है ना? दुनिया में भी ना, जब कभी किसी से जीत पाना है, इंटेलेक्ट को इंटेलेक्ट से, इमोशन को इमोशन से हराना पड़ता है. सो अर्लियर इमोशंस व्हाट, अरे ये बाहर का दुनिया का एंजॉय करना है, द ह्यूमन लाइफ इज मेंट फॉर दैट ओनली, so many facilities are there, so many new things are coming, so let me have the bhoga. So emotionally, sentimentally, we only cheat ourselves. Manasa. So with same emotion, and we have to help ourselves also. अरे ह्यूमन लाइफ है, ये खत्म हो रहा है, अभी अभी तक कोई साधना ही नहीं किया, never became introverted, not even ever seen the feet of my Lord in my heart. I go on claiming outside that I am the devotee of that God or this Guru, but have I ever meditated on his form? Have I ever done heartfully upasana to him in my heart? So too, the self is in the heart. I have to discover it and I have to contemplate on that self based on the Upanishad knowledge I have gained. How much the Krupa, the Gurus are showering from such long time. How can I be extroverted? No, these are all called manasa. By which matlab, a list of the arrows are given, list of the weapons or list of the idea, whatever is working at that time, use it. See to it that indriyani and manasa are not going out of the hridaya through the golakas into the outer world of objects. That is why hridi indriyani manaha chakshuradini manasaha sanniveshya samniyamya. Now, ये तो यहाँ इतना कह दिया. For additional information, you have to refer to the other texts like Gita and all. What is the whole Gita? फर्स्ट सेकंड चैप्टर में जो आप देखते हो, भगवान ने सारभूत साधना क्या कहा, शुरुआत वाला, तस्मात्म इंद्रियाण्यादो नियम्य भरतर्षभ पापमानम प्रजहिह्यनम ज्ञानम विज्ञान नाशनम. थर्ड चैप्टर में, सेकंड में आल्सो, in the second chapter the warning is given. What is that? Indriyanam hi charatam yan manah anuvidhiyate. If the mind is following the indriyas which are grazing outside, charatam indriyanam manah anuvidhiyate. अगर ऐसा है तो तद, that attitude, that practice, that wrong habit, asya harati prajna, of the sadhaka, the entire prajna, that is a spiritual seeker, he got the intellectual knowledge, now he'll have to meditate, he'll have to realize all this prajna harati. Like the rudderless ship in the waters is tossed up and down and drowned by the oceanic waters. Vayurnavam imam basaha. Example is that. So charatam indriyanam yanmana anuvidiyate. That is why manasa saha indriyani. Okay, the same thing in Kathopanishad mein kya kaha? You have seen, no? That third or fourth, second wali first chapter mein, or the first wali third wale mein, the comparison of the ratha with the sadhaka, है ना? पूरा करके हमको सो मेनी श्लोकास आर देयर. आत्मानं रतिनं विद्धि शरीरं रतमेव तु बुद्धिं तु सारथिं विद्धि मन प्रग्रहमेव च इंद्रियाणि ह्यानाहुर् विषयांस्तेषु गोचरान् आत्मेन्द्रिय मनोयुक्तं भोक्तेत्याहुर्मनीषिणः. यस्तु अविज्ञानवान् भवति अयुक्तेन मनसा सह तस्य इन्द्रियाणि अवश्यानि दुष्टाश्व इव सारथेः. यस्तु विज्ञानवान् भवति युक्तेन मनसा सह तस्य इन्द्रियाणि वश्यानि सदश्व इव सारथेः. All of that. Finally, what shloka is? Vijnana sarathiyastu manaha pragrahavan naraha saha advanah paramapnoti tadvishnoho paramam padam. So, senses by the mind, mind by the intellect has to be controlled. Controlled means not allowing it to go in the direction where they want to, called as samsara, but putting them in the direction where we want to, called as sadhana. Controlling the horse means not allowing it to go the way it wants to, but putting it to go the way we want. That's called horse riding. Yoga arudha sthiti ko isi ko कहते. Not using the senses and mind is not sadhana to begin with. Later on we have to transcend everything, but शुरुआत में इनको सही काम में लगाना पड़ता है. That is the meaning of here. हृदि इंद्रियाणि मनसा सम्यक निवेश्य. So all references we are given, and more than all references, our own selves are the example that when faculties are extroverted, how can we focus on the inner self? इसलिए ये सारे मन को इंद्रियों को हृदय में ही बिठा के रखना. Like the corona kala, go out, the corona will attack. Therefore, remain in the room. How we stayed at home for those 8 months, 1 year, 2 years. याद है कि हम so busy we have become forgotten, but there were very frighteningly exciting days. From which fellow that disease will come, we didn't know. Therefore, न्यूज़पेपर बंद कर दिया, दूध भी बंद कर दी, बहुत कम से कम बाहर जाते थे. Only very authentic, reliable place we used to get the things. खुद तो बाहर जाना ही नहीं था. In the same way, the samsara corona will enter if the senses and mind go out and disturb such a beautifully built spirituality in our heart. है ना? इतना बढ़िया सा घोंसला बना रहे, कोई आके तोड़ दिया मानो, कितना बुरा लगता है. और स्वयं ही हम आध्यात्मिक घोंसला बना रहे. And again, by bringing the nonsense of the outer world through senses and mind, if we break away that beautiful ghosla, we are sinners to ourselves. Therefore, Hrudi Indriyani Manasa Samvinvesha is equal to Hrudi Indriyani Mana Chakshuradini Manasa Sannivesha Sanniyamya. Okay? Then here the thing which we have to add, even though not said, is no excuse or no exceptions. मीन्स व्हाट स्वामी जी, आउट ऑफ 10 इंद्रिया 8 मैं कंट्रोल करूंगा, 2 तो छोड़ दो ना. ऐसा नहीं चलता. All the 10 have to be controlled. Because to get destroyed, 10 are not required. 10 together efficiently destroyed, but one is enough. इसलिए कोई यहाँ रिबेट नहीं है, कोई कंसेशन नहीं है, यहाँ कोई ऐसा विशेष परमिशन नहीं है. All of them. So bring them into the heart. Now comes the third line. Brahmahodupena pratareta vidwan srotamsi sarvani bhayavahani. So vidwan, the knowledgeable person, the one who is using his knowledge consciously, alertly. And the knowledge is about the goal as Paramatma Tattva, and the knowledge about this is how sadhana is done. The one who knows that he is called as vidwan. What that vidwan has to do? Next one is what? Brahma eva udupaha. Brahman alone is Udupa. What is Udupa? Tarana sadhanam. The instrument, the means to cross. Okay. Tena Brahma Udupena. So Udupa is boat. Boat is generally to not drown but to cross it. So Tena Brahma Udupena. Therefore, which is the boat? in seated in which we have to cross the rivers of samsara. The boat is Brahma. Okay. So first meaning of Brahma, literal meaning is Parabrahma Tattva. Keeping Parabrahma as the goal is the boat. है ना? That is the main meaning. क्योंकि ब्रह्म शब्द यूज किया. But इन ऑल उपनिषद उपासना भी जो बताया वहां ब्रह्म का रूप में ओंकार को ही बताया, आलंबन का रूप में. And in this Upanishad also it came. Therefore, Brahma here means Pranava. So, Brahma Shabdam Pranavam Varnayanti. So, Brahma is the Pranava, the Omkara. Now, about Omkara, how many times we have gone through in all the Upanishads. So, all that knowledge we have to use of the Omkara, about the Omkara, and use it as a boat to cross. 5-6 things are what? Brahma Udupena means take the Omkara alone is Parabrahma Nirguna. Take the Omkara himself as the Parabrahma Saguna. That Omkara Rupi Nirguna Brahma try to become Tadatmya. Omkara Rupi Saguna Brahma, pray to that Saguna Brahma that see to it, O Lord, bless me that I realize the Nirguna. Then ओंकार का उड़ुप के रूप में लेने में ओंकार उच्चारण also, focusing on the omkara also, where from the om coming, where the om is going, observing that also, who is knowing the omkara, all that also. All of them become techniques of using the omkara to go beyond. And each of the Upanishads spoke one or the other way. And the thing which talked about om maximum is our Mandukya Upanishad. In that, the Matra Rupena Omkara Udupa, how to use is told. है ना? Pranayopasana, Omkaropasana, Matraओं के द्वारा. All this data, the Shwethashwathara Rishi thinks that we all have because we have gone through the other Upanishads. Or in those days, वैदिक काल में बिना ओम का कुछ होता ही नहीं था. Therefore, Homa is so famous and familiar to all. And that Om is called Brahma also. Om iti ekaksharam Brahma. Therefore, Brahma Udupena was never difficult for those students to understand. Brahma means our Guru is meaning Omkara only. So, Omkara Ucharana, Omkara Prarthana, Omkara Tadatmya, Omkara arrival and departure observation, and the Upasana of the three Matras. All of them can be used. Any of them can be used. That is the meaning of Brahma Udupena, Brahma Shabdamam, Pranavam Varnayanti. So that is why here Shankara Bhagavan himself is taking little pain and time to make it little more clear to us. When he says, Tena Udupasthaniyena Pranavena. So the Pranava is the boat. Udupa means boat. So boat like Omkar say. A specific thing is given here. Kim Kaka Akshivat Ubhayatra Sambadhyate. Like the eye of the crow. Suddenly the example is brought. Ubhayatra Sambadhyate means that Brahma Udupa is used for the earlier said sadhana and also the later said sadhana. What is the example here? Kaka Akshivat means it is said that crow has only one eye. You know, ओ राम जी ने उसका एक निकाल दिया, ऐसा जो भी कहा. But with one eye only, it is able to do the job or seeing job of both the eyes. इसलिए काका अक्षय एग्जाम्पल देते हैं. एक तीर दो पंछी जैसा आप कहते हो ना, that sort of thing. So काका अक्षिवत उभयत्र संबध्यते. So that Brahma Udupa is used in both. Like the eye of the crow sees both left and right. Not that one eye is not there, therefore it is short of seeing. No, है तो आंख एक ही, लेकिन जो दो आंखों का काम करता है कौवे का. Here also set is om, but om alone is used for both purposes. What are the both purposes? That is what is said here. Tena means Brahma Udupena. What are the two sadhanas? One, Upasamhritya. What is Upasammaranam? As it was said in the second line. Hrudi Indriyani Upasamhritya. Hrudi Indriyani Manasa Sanniyamya Samniveshya. That also is done by Omkar. So by chanting the Om as japa and focusing on the Om and feeling the presence of Om in the heart, the first one called as the Indriyas and Mana, Upasamharana into the heart is achieved. तो ओम के द्वारा ही आप अपने इंद्रिय मन को उपसंहरण करो. सो कव्य का एक आंख, एक दृष्टि हो गया. सेकंड वन इज ऑल्सो अगेन तेन प्रतरेत विद द सेम ओंकार अगेन क्रॉस द फोर्थ लाइन प्रतरेत अतिक्रामेत. प्रतरेत मीन्स अतिक्रामेत मीन्स क्रॉस करना है. हु इज ही? विद्वानु. The Vidwan has to cross the ocean of samsara again with this ओंकार only. तो ओंकार से ही विथड्रा करना है from the world, the senses and mind, bring them to the heart. With the onkara only we have to cross the river of samsara which is told. What is the river of samsara? And here, what is the sadhana of Om? As we said, not only for developing the concentration we use the Om, but also for the upasana we use the Om, prarthana ke liye, and also for the stula sukshma karana laya in the akara, ukara, makara, matra, and we reach to the state of amatra. In this way, by reaching to the matra, the auma matras and their expression of the gross, subtle, and causal, which all is nothing but the illusion or maya or thoughts, cross and reach into or land into the experience of yourself. ये इवनिंग का क्लास मत छोड़ना भैया, जिनको हो सकता है. दी योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण, it is so much helpful to make clear the Vedantic knowledge. See about the mind what we are studying last 2-3 days. How important is it? Itna important. Like how much I am talking to you for 1 hour. All of them are words. All of the words have come from the mind. In the mind, they are nothing but the sankalpa. It is doing the effect of communicating knowledge. That's okay. But otherwise, it is all nothing but the mind. It's not nothing but sankalpa. It is never real. Reality is something other than this. How nicely Vasishtha is explaining to us about how many things he covered there. Rama's question was, what is the rupa of the mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things our Vasishtha ji has explained. Very powerful. All of the summary of that today we'll see in the evening class. Before we move further. So that adds to this knowledge. है इसलिए हम कर रहे हैं. अगर हम खुद ही नहीं कर रहे तो पता ही नहीं था कि in that text it is there. Like many other texts also might have covered, but we don't know. We are touching it, it is given there, therefore we are referring. Listen so that ये clarity होगा. किसकी clarity? Using the Brahman as a udupa, the boat to cross. How? The Brahman is Omkara here. So the Om is used for all. For concentration by chanting and by prayer to invoke the blessing, and also the contemplation that the three matras receive all the three worlds and three matras merge in realizing, in revealing the amatra tattva. ये वाला हमारा थोड़ा समझ होना चाहिए. Now here Brahmodupena pratareta vidwan with the Omkara as boat used for both of the sanyamanam of the indriyas and mana, and also by these various means to know the self. It has to cross. What is to be crossed? Srotamsi sarvani bhayavahani. Most fear giving, all the rivers, rivulets, we have to cross. That is what is said here. Ki tena upasamhrutya tena pratareta atikrametu vidvanu srotamsi samsara saritaha. What are the rivers we have to cross? The rivers of samsara. And what are they? कितना बढ़िया एक्सप्लेनेशन देखो. स्वाभाविक अविद्या काम कर्म प्रवर्तितानि. The rivers which we have to cross are the swabhavika, means till we gain the adhyatmika jnana, those which were there natural to us. Which were they? These three. One avidya, second from the avidya the kamana born, third because of the kamana karma. Obviously the karma phala bhoga, and it is creating vasana, and then vasana is coming as kamana. While doing so, that vasana is not allowing us to gain the vidya. Therefore, we are always in the avidya. So, swabhavika avidya kama karma is the samsara, is the bandhana, is the hridaya granthi, is the sarita which we have to cross. So, swabhavika avidya kama karma pravartitani samsara saritaha. And what are they? Bhayavahani. How these samsara saritas of avidya, kama, karma are bhayavahani, givers of the fear, givers of misery, givers of bondage, because of those avidya, kama and karma, again and again we are born. And where are we born? Preta, Tiryak, Urdhva, Prapti Karani. These are the karmas, prompted by the kamana, backed by the avidya, become cause for us to get bodies in different yonis, as it is said here, Preta, Tiryak, Urdhva, Prapti Karani. And having taken to all these worlds, what these karmas do? When the karma phala is over, we are again thrown back only onto this world only. That is why पुनरावृत्ति भांजी. ये भांजी मतलब भांजा भांजी नहीं, ये पुनरावृत्ति का जिनका नेचर है. सो दिस श्रोतांसि सर्वाणि भयावहानि विद्वान प्रतरेत. एक विद्वान ये भयंकर नदियों को पार करना है, संसार नदियों को पार करना है. वो संसार नदी जिसमें अविद्या कर्म काम कर्म होता है, उस नदी को पार करना है. क्योंकि दोज रिवर्स आर और गिवर्स ऑफ फियर. द टू फियर्स आर, one they take us to preta tiryangadi yoni, second again without giving us depression they pull us back to the same world of karma, world of humanity, and with all the temptations around, again we'll be seeing them getting desires, again doing karma, again the continuation. So, do you want to continue samsara? Better don't do sadhana. No, 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 I don't want samsara, I want to transcend. Then, srotamsi sarvani bhayavahani vidvan pratareta brahmodupena. ब्रह्म नामक जहाज को लेकर विद्वान को ये जो भय भय निर्माण करने वाले, जन्म मृत्यु भय निर्माण करने वाले, नरकादि भय देने वाले इस संसार सरित को पार करना है. व्हाट इज संसार सरित? ओनली थ्री: अविद्या काम कर्म. So when the atma vidya comes, avidya gone. Then other than atma nothing. Therefore there is no kamana, then there is no karma phala, no preta tiriyam janma marna adi samsara. Before all this discussion, as we saw it 3 days back, I remember very clearly, even though right now we are not able to clearly comprehend the Brahma Tattva, but actually that itself is positively real. All other things is unreal but appearing to be real. So as we study Shastra deeply, even start doing inner contemplation meditation, we will know that that which was appearing as vague, the Paramatma Tattva, that alone is substance. That is the reality. And the world which is appearing to be real will be found that it is no value at all, no meaning at all. We only give value to it. And like you come to the class for 1 hour, the class is important, world appears to be unimportant. But again you go out of the class, अगले दिन तक याद ही नहीं रहता, again the world is important. But the real importance in these two, why the example is given. So in this way, Srotamse Sarvani Bhayavahani Vidwan Pratareta Brahma Udupena. With Bhashyam, we have understood it. Now start doing sadhana. It will happen one day. We will do now a exhaustive Bhashya, Sambandha Bhashya about Pranayama. Bhagavan Adi Shankarji gives before he takes up the study of ninth mantra. Bhashya of ninth mantra. So one day it will take minimum the whole thing. मेरे ख्याल में एक दिन में वो कोशिश करेंगे खत्म करने को, नहीं हुआ तो 1.5 दिन. Then we go into the ninth mantra. Thank you. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Paramarshibhyo Parabrahmane Shruti Namaha. Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Come for Bhagavad Gita. Thank you.